Municipal Corporation. We welcome you to online education for English medium. The class is fifth, subject is English, and the topic we will do ahead. And my name is Mrs. Priyanka Singh. Right? Let's never forget to thank you our officers, because of whom we can meet through online medium and we can study together. Expert teacher, you can see my name, right? You have administrative officer, Mrs. Veena Sunavne, nodal beat officer, Mr. Sharad Purade, nodal HM, Mrs. Mary Pushpam Paul, assistant nodal HM, Mrs. Manpriti Kaur Anand, and CNO, Mr. Ratilal Kisan Burungile. Yes, so thought for the day, very important. So whenever we start our day, it has to be fresh, it has to be with fresh idea. So what is the thought for today? Yes, see, the thought for today is we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act but a habit. Yes, what they're saying, what you are today is because what you were doing previously in the past. So then good thing, or when you say he is best, so the person who is best will always do his best, not on 1 day or 2 day or 3 day. He will always do the best, because what they are saying, the philosopher is Aristotle. See, the name is given down. So it is there in sixth standard. So this is Aristotle, very famous Greek philosopher. So according to him, whatever you do every day, you will become like that. If you wake up late, you will get that habit of waking up late. But if you wake up very early, okay, my online class is there. Today I have to wake up very early. So that means what? It will become a habit. So that is why what they are saying, excellence. Yes, excellence. Excellence means perfectionism, being the best. Being the best is not a single action. You will be the best every time if that has come into habit. In simple, we can say that we should make a habit of good things. When you make a habit of good things in your life, you definitely become an excellent person. All right, children. With this fresh thought, let's go to the next slide. Yes, can you read this, children? There is a tongue twister. Now, what is this tongue twister? Tongue twister actually enhances your language skills. It makes your English very clear and proper. So there are similar sounds over here. Can you read this? Yes, try to read this, children.
Over the sea, swim, swim,
Yes.
swam back again, well, swim.
Yes. Like yes, very good. So it is on the bird. It is on the water bird, the swan. So what they're saying, swan swam over the sea, swam, swan swim back again, Welsh swam. For even for me, it's very difficult. So when you practice this again and again, children, your language will become very powerful. But how it is connected to our topic today?
Oh.
Yes, let's see here. Now, swan. Okay, swan, swim, swim, swum. Do you know this is some part of grammar? Does this click your brain somewhere that yes, it is part of grammar somewhere? Do you know what is this part of grammar? There is a swam, there is a swim, there's a swim, and there's swum. This is part of grammar, which is called as, yes, tense also. You're right. Because verbs helps you to make tenses. Yes, so this is verbs. What are these, children? Verbs. Yes. And everybody try to talk to me so we can have conversation. Yes, teaching cannot be only teacher is speaking. So you also have to speak. Yes, then only we can continue with the lesson. So children, that's why I took this tongue twister. So you understand that there are three forms of the verb. There can be, verb is not just a single thing. It can have various forms. So what we have taken swim, and then we have taken swan, swam, and then swum. SWUM. So children, see, these are the three forms of the verb which we are going to study in detail. Yes. One more time, can you say the tongue twister?
Yes, miss.
Say it, children.
Over the sea, swim, swan, swim, swan,
Yes.
swam, back again,
Man,
swan.
Yes, yes, Siddhi. Good. So, children, this tongue twister, you can take a screenshot, and anytime on the lesson, if you think that something is important, just take a screenshot, right? Take a screenshot so you can do it anytime you want. Yes, let's do it together with me. You will say, okay, swan swam over the sea, swim, swan, swim, swan, swim, back again, well, swum, swan. Yes, let's go to the next slide. So these are the various parts of speech. What are these parts of speech? Please say it for me.
Injection.
Noun,
Position.
conjunction,
Adverb.
adjective,
Conjunction. Preposition. Interjection.
adjective.
Yes, prepositions, interjections. There are so many shuns because these are connections. Yes, these are the shun, prepositions, conjunction. So these are all your connectors. So grammar is all about making a good sentence. So yes, so we already know about noun, pronoun, verbs. These are all small things which we have done in the earlier classes. But today we are going to see something which is very small, but a very big part of grammar. And if you don't know that, grammar is impossible. Yes. Can you match it? There are some words. Can you match it?
Yes.
What is the first one?
Cry,
Prince is doing
Cry.
cry,
very good. Second one,
sit,
very
sit,
good.
Sit.
Next,
sleep, sleep,
Hmm. Yes,
Run.
run,
very good.
Run.
Next,
Trip.
trip, trip,
Yes, he's falling down, so it is called as a trip. I tripped on the ground, right?
And
rip,
rip.
Yes, rip. Yes, rip means when you are
rip,
just tearing off something, that is called as a rip. Now, what are all these things? We have already known. What is this, children? I have already told you. Tell me, what is this? Which part of grammar?
Verb.
Yes, Arjun. These are verbs.
verb,
Yes, and also remember, children, verbs can have various forms. What verb can have? Verb can have various
various
forms.
form,
Let's take example of corona. Now, from children, you can say from 2 years you are suffering from corona. Why? Because corona is changing its form. Yes, there is delta plus variant. There are so many variants, there are so many types. So similarly, the verbs, the corona, which is a bad thing, and verb, which is a good thing, has various forms. Yes, for example, cry is crying, sit, the
Sit is
continuous form will be sitting. Yes, continuous form. He is sitting. He is sleeping. He
sitting.
is, yes, running. He is tripped. He tripped.
rip,
And then he ribbed. He is
rip,
ripping. So that means what? Verbs are having various forms. You have to understand this and keep this in your mind that verbs can have various forms like the coronavirus. Yes, but in a good way, not in a bad way, in a good way. Yes. We
yes,
always have tried to be good things in our life and ignore the bad things. Yes. So what is the spelling of verbs, everybody?
VERBS.
verbs,
Yes. Very good. Let's go to the next. Next, what do we have? There's a definition of verb. Yes. So
verb,
read the definition, please. Yes,
A
Shivam.
verb denote an action
action,
or combination
a
of
thing,
a thing.
example,
Example.
Okay, Hussein. Let's give chance to Hussein.
might be,
Miss, I can tell.
One person. Yes, Hussein, read.
Teacher, can I read Kanis Fatima?
Afterward, afterward. I'm giving you chance. Every give
action,
chance to
or
everybody. But remember this rule, Siddhi, 1 minute. That one person will read at one time. Yes. After that, another person will get a chance. I will tell your name. Yes, Hussein.
A verb denotes an action or combination of a thing. Example, run, swim, jump, study, play, smile, be.
Yes, yes, yes. So now, see, other things are very clear. So verb denotes an action. Children, in this one, you have to remember two things. What two things? A verb denotes an action. It is
And
always action and a condition. Yes. So
yes.
I don't know whether you are aware of this or not, but see, a verb also shows you condition. In which condition I am? I am thinking. So that am. What I am, I am. So am is showing you a condition. So that's why see there is a B. B shows you condition. Yes. Condition
Yes.
means in what state a person is. What is the situation? So that you have to bear in your mind. And there is the action. There are two parts of verb. Yes. What are the two parts of verb? One is it will be an action, and the second one is it will be a condition. Yes, children. Everybody tell me verb will be a action or verb will be a
Condition.
condition. Say one more time. Verb will be an action or it will be a
Condition.
yes, very good, Siddhi. Yes, a verb can be an action or it can be a condition. You have to remember this. We are going to study both of this in detail. Yes, and we'll study more. Look at the examples. Yes, so we have already seen. What is this? The first action is what is the first action, children?
Run.
Yes. Next,
Swim.
Swim.
jump and then study. Right?
Study.
So all these are actions. It shows you actions. It shows you what thing is happening, what is going on. For example, what you are doing right now, you are listening to me. Teacher, we are listening to you. So listening is also an action. Yes, it is also an action. You cannot see listening. So, but that is an action. Okay, children.
Yes.
Now see verbs. See, there can be two parts of words according to the definition. What can be the two parts of word according to the definition? It can be an action verb or it can be a state verb. It will be showing you what some action or it will be showing you some state. For example, when you say teacher, I'm sitting. So sitting is what? Action.
Action.
Yes. But when you say teacher, I'm listening. So listening is a state. Can I see listening?
No.
I cannot see listening. So that is a state. Something which you cannot see can be called as a state. Yes. Let's take one more example. When I say, for example, when I say teacher, everybody in my home is sleeping. So sleeping is an action verb. Yes, everybody is sleeping. You can see the sleeping. But when you say teacher, I'm happy. Teacher, I am happy. I am enjoying. Let's take enjoying. I am enjoying. So can I see enjoying? Is it an action verb or state verb?
State verbs.
Very good. It is a state verb. I am enjoying. I cannot see you're enjoying, right? So these are the two parts of the verb. Let's see this in detail. Read this definition, please. What is action verb?
Action verb.
Blow.
Blowing.
A word that
Yes.
shows action. Blowing,
Yes.
sleeping, skating.
Very good. Very good. So blowing, sleeping, skating. Now remember everything. Action word is always having an ing form. See, ing, ing, ing. So this is a one short trick. What is the short trick? Trick is that if it is an action verb, it will always have a ing form. Yes. So verb which shows you action, it can be called as an action word, and it is a part of verb, right? See, there's a definition. It's a nice definition. Yes, Siddhi, please read.
Yes, miss. Action verb. Action verb specifies, describe what the subject of the sentence is doing. They express that action is being performed in the sentence. Action verbs are also known as dynamic verbs. They indicate active processes,
Momentary actions.
actions, or physical conditions. The
Okay,
following
stop.
sentences.
Okay, stop. I will continue from here. See, action verb, what it says, it describes what the subject in the sentence is doing. So what is a subject? Subject is a doer of the action, all the nouns and pronouns. For example, he is a subject. So what is he doing? He climbed the Everest. What did he do? He is climbing the Everest. So Everest is the object and climbed is a verb. Yes or no? See, it's having the ed form. Yes, it's having the ed form. So climb, climbed, climbing. Yes, present tense. Continuous tense is climbing and the past tense is climbed. So he, the subject. What he? The subject was climbing the Everest. So that is what our definition is saying, that verbs specifically means very specially. They describe what? That the subject is doing. What the subject is doing in the sentence? What? I don't know. Look at the example. Is climbing, yes? Now,
Yes.
the action verb has one more name. For example, you have one name in the school and one name at your home, which your mama calls very lovingly. Similarly, action verb has two names. One is action verb and the other is dynamic verbs. Yes, it's dynamic because it's changing. And what they can show, action verb, they can show activities, they can show processes, momentary actions, and physical conditions. Yes, it can show you everything. Now let's look at the example. He climbed the Everest, we have already seen. Let's look at the second example. She ate the lobster stew. What is the subject in this sentence, children? What is a noun or pronoun in this sentence? Who is doing the action? Who is eating?
She.
Yes, very good. So she is the subject. And what she was doing? What is a verb?
She ate the lobster
Yes.
stew.
The lobster stew is the object. Okay, this is a very basic in grammar. This lecture will be useful for your scholarship. If you are there in scholarship, it will be very useful. So children, see the subject and the ate is a verb, and then you have the lobster stew, which is a food. We'll go to the next part. He reached for his cup of tea. What is the subject again?
He.
Yes.
He.
What is a verb? Verb.
Each for his cup of
He is the subject. What is a verb? What action he is doing?
Reach for his coffee.
Yes, reached is a verb. Yes, reached is a verb. He was reaching, he was trying to reach for his cup of tea. He wanted tea. So maybe he was a little far. So he was trying to reach because he wanted a cup of tea, right? So these are the action verbs. Let's go to now parts of action verbs. Now action verbs can also be divided into two parts. First is the regular verbs. What is this, children?
Regular verbs.
For example, you go to school every day, yes or no? So we are very regular. Something
Yes.
which happens every day, something which is very common can be called as regular. Something which is following every rule. I'm very regular to school. I regularly do my homework. I regularly wash my teeth. So regular is every time following the same rule. And then there is opposite of regular. What is this? Irregular.
Irregular.
Yes, this is irregular. Now, what is the difference between regular and irregular verbs? Now, action verbs can be regular, means following same rule, and irregular means following different rule.
Different routes.
Let's see more about this. Now, action verbs can be categorized. Yes, categorized means divided into regular and irregular verbs. What are the regular verbs? Are the verbs whose conjugation follows a regular pattern, whose combination, whose changes. Conjugation means who changes according to a regular pattern. In English, most regular verbs form their past tense and past participle. Now, this is very important. Past tense and past participle by adding ed to their base form. So, yes, what is this? Very dry. You cannot understand because you cannot see. So, let's see this example. Now, children, see, there can be three forms of the verb. How many forms can be there? Three.
Three.
Base form, past form,
Past form.
and past participle.
Significant.
Yes, remember this. Keep this, we have to tie a knot and keep this in your mind. You should never leave your mind that a verb can have three forms: base form, past form, past participle. Now, this is a regular verb. What is this?
Regular verb.
Now, regular verb follows the same rule. What same rule? That the past form will have a ed. Yes, past form will have a ed, and past participle will also have a ed. The same. Past is also same. Past participle is also same. You will think, teacher, it's so easy. Wow. So it's not easy, because you know what? English is such a subject that it is having more exceptions. Rules are less, but exceptions are more. So children, this is a very easy example wherein the past and the past participle are having the same ending or the ed form. These are known as the regular verbs with the ed form. For example, when I say talk, can I talk to you? This is present form. Yes, so this is also known as the infinitive form. You don't need to go into that. It will just confuse you. So let's leave that. So the base form is talk. And what is the past form of talk? Talked. Yes. And past participle is also talked. And then there is walk. So I walk. I am walking on the ground. And when I say the past, so you'll say I walked on the ground. I walked in the garden. And past participle is also same. Now, children, over here, past and past participle is same, but ahead, when we go to the next slides, you will see that both the forms can be different also, because this is a regular verb. So rules are same. Show becomes showed and showed. Laugh becomes
Laughed.
yes, and look becomes
Looked.
yes. There are some pictures. This is a first form, and this is a second form. Laughed, pulled. See the picture, they are traveling with the family. They've watched, cooked, yes.
Cooked.
Irregular verbs. Now, this is interesting. What are the irregular verbs? I already told you that they follow different structure, that do not follow the verbs, that do not follow a regular conjugation pattern. There is no conjugation pattern. They can be very different. Unlike in regular verbs, the conjugation of the past tense and the past participle take a completely different form. Irregular verbs are sometimes known as strong verbs. Irregular verbs are also called as the strong verbs. Why strong verbs? Because they don't change. They say that I will be like this only, I will not change. So that's why they are called as strong verbs, and their rules are different. Okay, now let's see the three forms in this. Yes, see, this is first form, this is second form, and this is third form. Base, past tense, past participle. Now bleed. What bleed has not become bleeded. You will not say bleeded. That will be wrong. So the bleed is having the same. Bleed, bled. By, bought. What is the next one? Fly,
Fly. Flew. Flown.
Swim,
flown. Yes,
swam.
very
Choose,
good. Swam.
Swam.
Choose, chose, chosen.
arise,
Arise.
Arise. Arose. Arisen.
drunk,
Yes,
drunken.
Drunk.
very good. Drink, drunk, drunken. So children, see all this, how these forms are different. In the starting, it was same. Yes. In the starting, it was same. Brought, flew. Then it changes. Flew, flom, swam. Now remember this, because it is going to come in the questions at the end of the chapter. Yes. Keep this in your mind. See, these are the forms. What is the first picture?
Eat, ate, eaten.
Yes. Second one.
Built.
Next.
Fly, flew, low.
Fly,
Flown.
Wake,
flown.
woken.
Wake, woke, woken.
Swam, swim.
Swim, swam, swam.
Cat.
Catch, caught.
Caught.
So see children, these are the three forms of the verb. See how it has changed. Now this is an irregular verb. What is the irregular verb? Which does not follow the regular rule, which does not follow the normal rule. They make their own rules and they can change according to whatever they want. For example, when I'm speaking, that can I say I eat pasta yesterday, or can I say I ate pasta yesterday? What is the correct one? I eat or I ate?
I
Eat.
eat.
I eat.
No, no.
I ate.
Yesterday. So the right answer is I ate. A-T-E, ate. Because I'm talking about past. So I have to use a past form. For example, yes, I see a bird flying in the sky. I see a bird flies in the sky. So this is present. Now, when I'm speaking about past, so I will say a bird. I saw a bird fly in the sky, or I saw a bird who flew in the sky. Fly or flew?
Flew.
Yes, very good, because we are talking about past. Yes. So see, this is how verbs are useful. When you are saying past, you have to use a past verb. The verb is according to the tense. Now, regular verbs, see, it is added. See, this is a shortcut. You can take a screenshot. Whenever the verbs are ending with Y, cry, study, marry. Yes, its ending is always in IED. Cry becomes cried. Study becomes,
Studied.
what is studied? Yes, studied. And marry becomes married. Yes,
Married.
whenever you have a Y, you have to take out the Y and then add IED. It will be useful for scholarship again. And higher classes, when you go to 7th standard, 8th standard, it is very useful. Now, past participle, cried, is also the same. See, cried, studied, married. So whenever regular verbs are ending with the Y, what you have to do? You have to add IED. Okay, children? When I will ask question, then I will see who is the smartest person in the class who can answer everything. So this is the next slide. When the base verb is ending with a E. Can you see E? Then what is the rule to change? You have to just add a D. Very simple, like a click of the fingers. So like becomes liked. Past participle is also like. Agree becomes agreed. Yes,
Also
and die becomes?
died.
Yes.
And
So he died, somebody died. So that is
died.
past form. Yes, this is a past form. You have to remember this. Now, this is the irregular verbs. Means having different rule. So this is very interesting. I like irregular verbs very much because they are very different. For example, let's see put. What has put become? Past is also put. Past participle is also put. I cannot say putted. Can I say putted? It's wrong English. I cannot say putten also. That is also wrong English. Because these verbs are irregular and they don't change. Yes. What about cut?
Cut.
Yes. And hurt?
Hurt.
Yes. I have seen many people saying I got hurted. So that is wrong English. You cannot say hurted because there is nothing called as hurted. This is wrong. This is only hurt. Yes. I got hurt yesterday.
Verbs.
Yes. If any question, you can ask me, children. If you're confused anywhere, any questions, if you want to ask any doubt, you can ask me, okay? You have to remember this, children. It's very interesting. It clears your language. It makes you very powerful, language-wise, yes? Now see, same past, this is an irregular verb. Having the same past and past participle is same. For example, buy becomes? Bought, bought. Feel becomes? Feel becomes? Felt. Felt. Win becomes? Won. Won. I won yesterday. So you cannot say I win yesterday. Yesterday is yesterday, something which is over. So I won yesterday. I won yesterday. Yes. See the next slide. This is a group 3. Now in group 3, what happens is same base and
come,
past participle.
come,
Means what?
come, came, come, become, became, become, run, ran,
Okay.
run,
Yes.
came,
Hussein, wait, please.
come.
Now see, come, what they are saying, the base form and past participle form is same. For example, see, come, came, come.
Come.
What is the next one? Become, became, become.
Come.
And then run, ran, run.
Run.
Yes, so this is also one of the common thing which people do mistake when they are speaking. So when you're speaking about past, you have to say ran. And when it is past participle, you have to say run again. Okay, so this is the group 3. Let's see, the next group is there. This is the last group, group 4, in which all the 3 forms are different.
Yes.
What? Irregular verbs, all the 3 forms are different. How? See,
Break, broke,
it has become break, broke, broken. And this is very, very common, and lots of people do so many mistakes. Now, children, this can come in your English paper also. Remember this. Go, went, gone. The past form of go is went. And what is the past participle? Gone, right?
Gone.
So this is
Yes.
go, went, gone. Keep this in your mind. This is a star wala question which can come. Yes. And then there is swim, swam, swum. The tongue twister which
Swim,
we saw
swam,
in the,
swam.
yes, which you saw at the starting of the class. So past is swam and past participle is swum, right?
Yes.
So together, let's see the difference. Regular verbs and irregular verbs. So regular verbs have fixed pattern. Yes, in the past, they will have a ed and past participle will have a ending en. But irregular verbs, no fixed pattern. See, they have given you the rule. D, ed or ied. The regular verbs will end only in this. But what about irregular verb? The irregular verbs cannot be formed adding fixed characters. There is no rule. It can be different. It can be same. It can do whatever it wants. It is a free bird. Irregular verbs, right? Sentence example. Now, for example, let's see the base form. Cook. See the present form. I cook food regularly. Now, cook. What is the past form of cook? Cooked. I cooked food yesterday. And what about past participle? I have cooked food. Yes, something which has started in the past and now it's over. So it will say, I have cooked food. So these are the 3 forms of the verb which we have seen. Okay. Now we are going to the state verbs. Very interesting. Now, what are the state verbs? Something you cannot see. See. So what can be the state verbs? Something which you can see, smell, taste, hear, feel. Your sense organs. Yes, your sense organ. For example, I feel very itchy. I feel very happy. So your feeling I cannot see. So this is a state verb. It's telling me a state. It's telling me my personal feeling. It can be emotions. For example, I love somebody, I like somebody, I adore, I care, I hate, I dislike. And ideas. Can anybody see your ideas? Nobody can see your ideas. Yes? So that ideas, what are these ideas? No. Read this, please. Yes, Shriyansh Srivastav. Please read, and lots of noise from your home, my dear. Yes? No. Can you hear me, Shriyansh? Sri. No, think, imagine, believe, doubt, suppose, recognize, remember, forget, understand, mean. So all these are ideas and nobody can see your ideas. So that is why it is a state verb. When I want to tell you my idea, I have to speak. Can I show you a picture of my idea, what I'm thinking? Can you think or can you guess what I am thinking? You can never guess. I can also not guess what you are thinking. So these are called as a state verbs. And your attitudes means our behavior. What behavior? Hope, want, wish, desire, need, prefer, appreciate, all these things. And physical sensation. If you are hurt, if you are feeling very itchy. So these are all state verbs. What are state verbs? The state verbs will tell you about your feelings. Yes, uh, about what you are feeling. Yes, it can be your possessions, it can be your senses, emotions, ideas. It can be so many things, right? See the next one, state verbs. State verbs are opposite of action verbs. Yes, children, what are state verbs? State verbs are opposite of action verb. As the name suggests, state verb expresses a state. They cannot be used in continuous tenses like action verb. The main difference between action verb, children, and a state verb is that an state verb cannot be used in ing form. What? State verbs cannot be used in the ing form. Yes, for example, he thought about their cash problem. Now, thought is thinking. It is a state verb. Yes, this is a state verb. I cannot see your thought. I cannot see your thinking. Right? So, he thought about the cash problem. Now, can I say thoughting? I can say thinking, but can I say thoughting? Yes or no, children? I cannot say thoughting. So, that's why it will be wrong English. So, state verbs do not have a ing form. Right? See the next sentence. She guessed the correct answer. What did she guess? She knew the correct answer. So the guess, what is guessed here? It is a verb. Yes or no? And which verb? It is a state verb. It is telling me my feeling. I cannot see or guessing. Can I think? I cannot think what you are guessing. What is your answer unless you speak? Yes. So such things are called as a state verb. And again, so see, guessed is there. See the next part. Now there is a list of examples of dynamic verb and stative verbs. You can take a screenshot also. It is very, very useful for everybody. Let's take a revision very quickly. See, what is this? Become, drink, eat, go, grow, learn. So all these things, children will have a ing form or a ed form or a in form. Yes or no? And then you have the stative verbs. Now, what are the rules of the stative verb? The stative verbs will not have a ing form. Remember this for your lifetime. There are some exceptions, but mostly, what mostly? 90%. You can say 99% stative verbs do not have a ing form. I cannot say hating. I cannot say liking. I cannot say loving. I am loving you. No. Only McDonald's is saying I'm loving it, but that is also wrong English. Yes. So I cannot say preferring, doubting, all these are wrong English. So that's why children, you have to keep in mind the stative verbs. That stative verbs are something which you cannot see. And the stative verbs also don't have a ing form. Yes or no, children? Yes. Let's go to the next slide. A very useful chart. Now let's see the verb family. Let me introduce you to my family. No, this is not my family. This is a verb family. So verbs can be divided into two parts. The first one is main verb. Because children, in a sentence, there can be more than one type of verb. So the one is first is main verb, and then there is a supporting wala, helping verb. Yes, it is like a support. For example, when you're making a building, making a house, you cannot just put the bricks. You have to make the pillars also. So the main verb is like a pillar, and helping verb is like the small bricks. Now, main verb can be divided into action verbs and state verbs. This one we have done. Yes, these two parts are done. Action verbs and state verbs we have done. And then there can be main verb can have base form or first form. We have done this. It can have a past form or the second form, and then it can have the past participle or the third form, right? So these are all the types of main verb. Now we are going to the bricks. We are going to the helping members of the family of verbs. What are the helping verbs? Auxiliary verb and modal verbs. Both the parts very important. Very small. I told you very small part of grammar, but very important. Let's look at these examples, children. David is writing. Now, what is the main verb here? Writing is a verb. Yes. You are coming right now at the seminar. Now, coming is what? Coming is also a verb. She is smiling in front of the audience. Now, smiling is also a verb. They are selling their company's products to the people. Now, selling is also a verb. Very good. But what about is, are, is, are? What are this? No, this is not noun, pronoun, or conjunction. This is not that. So, what is this? Yes, think what is this? Such things are called as the helping verbs, children. Now, is, am, are, was, were, these are also verbs. Yes, never forget this, that these are also verbs, but these are called as the helping verbs. Yes, what are these called? Helping verbs. Now, keep this in your mind. We'll study this more about the helping verbs. Yes, main verb we have done. Main verb I have already told you. Now we will study about the helping verbs. See, yes, this is the helping verbs. Now, what are helping verbs? Yes. So I'll read this, no problem. A helping verb, also known as an auxiliary verb. Remember, everything has two names. So helping verb is also called as a auxiliary verb. Now, if somebody says you what is auxiliary, so don't get confused what is auxiliary. Auxiliary means helping verb only. So it is every time the auxiliary is close to the main verb. Whatever the verb is there in the sentence, very close to it, maybe you can see right or left, the auxiliary verb will be there. Now the auxiliary verb is used with the main verb to express the main verb's tense, mood, or voice. Means what is the tense? Present tense, past tense. What is the mood? Is it strong? Is it happy? And voice. Is it first person, he, she, second person, first person, I, you, me, second person, he, she, and the third person, they. So let's see the main verbs are, there are three types of main verbs. First one is to be, second is to have, and the last is to do. Yes, they appear in the following forms. Now, if somebody is saying what is a to be form, so this is very interesting. And I came to know very late. Nobody told me, and maybe I did not pay attention also. So this is, children, take a screenshot. It's very important. Now, what are the to be forms? The to be forms of the helping verbs is what? Am, is, are, was, were, being, been, will be. All these are the to be forms. Yes, these are the to be forms. See the next one, to have. What is to have? To have form will have what? Has, have, had, having, will have. And to do form will have does, do, did, and will do. Got it, children? These are the three forms of helping verb. What is the first form? Yes, children, what is the first form? To be form. What is the second form? To have form. And what is the last form? To do form. So these are all helping verbs. These are like the small bricks which are very useful. Yes, let's look at some example. Now the be forms are used for making continuous tenses or to make passive. Let's see the example. He is watching TV. What is the verb in this sentence? What is the main verb?
Watching.
And what is a helping verb? What is a helping verb? Yes, what is a helping verb? Just now I told you, tell me. This is the main verb and is a helping verb. What I told you, remember helping verb will come before the main verb. What? Helping verb will come before the main verb. Its main job is to help the main verb. It is helping the main verb. He is watching TV. He watching TV. Can I say he watching TV? No, it's wrong. So I have to use a helping verb. The be verb is watching. Yes, see the next one. Small fish are eaten by big fish. What is the main verb here?
It's small.
No, small is a adjective. Small, big. It's telling you the quality of the fish. How is the fish? Small. So it is adjective. Now, what is the action? See the action. What the small fish are doing. Whenever you're thinking about the verb, you have to think about the action. Small fish are eaten. Yes, eaten is the main verb. And what is the helping verb? Look before the main verb.
Are.
Yes, are is the helping verb. Simple rule. Before the main verb, you will help the helping verb. Keep this in your mind. Your is, are, these are short verbs, but very, very important verbs. Now see the have form. I have finished my homework. Now find out the verb. First tell me what is the main verb. What is the action? What the subject is doing? What I is doing? Now I is doing homework or have finished homework? Finished is a main verb, right? And what about have? What is have? Have is a
Helping word.
very good. Have is a helping verb because it is before the main verb and it is helping the finish. Now see the do verbs to make negatives. Yes, I do not like you. Now like is an irregular verb, right? Like is a irregular verb. Yes, I do not like you. And what is a helping verb here? Tell me what is a helping verb?
Do.
Yes, I will send a chocolate to your home. Very good. As your prize. See, if you had a book, I would give you very good. So do is a helping verb. Very nice. And like is a main verb. It is a dative verb. It is showing you the mood. See the next question. Do you want some coffee? Identify the main verb, children, first of all.
Like.
Do you want some coffee? What is the main verb here? Yes, yes, yes. Very good, chalo. Jog your mind. Give a jogging to your mind and think. What is a verb? What is the action here? Want is the main verb. And what is the helping verb here? Do.
Do.
Yes, this is a helping verb. Right? This is a helping verb. It is useful for making questions. So this do, is, am, are, was, were, all these are helping verb. Let's go back and see again, children. See, this is a to be form, this is a to have form, and this is a to do form. Keep this in your mind. It is very, very useful. So this slide is over. We are going to the modal verbs. Anybody remembers what are modal verbs? Let's revise it again. See, modal helping verb. This is also a helping verb, but these are modal verbs. Yes. So we use modal helping verbs to modify the meaning of the main verb. Means here also main verb will be there, but modal will also be there. So it will change the meaning. It will add meaning. For example, when you are making, let's say, kheer. So after making the kheer, you put the almonds, you put the cashew nuts and dry fruits. So it looks very beautiful. So similarly, the modals are like the decoration. Yes, it is like garnishing. It is a decoration which makes the sentence more powerful, more meaningful. Yes, a modal helping verb expresses necessity or possibility, means something which you must do. And possibility means, for example, it can rain, it may not rain. So it is possible and may not be possible also. And changes the main verb in the sense. And it changes the verb. Now, what are the modal verbs, children? Read this.
Can I read Lakshmi Mishra?
Yes, yes, read.
Out,
Can, could, may, might,
will,
Could, may,
will,
might,
would.
would,
Yes,
can, would, must, out to.
ought to. Yes. So can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought to. These are also verbs. Important thing, these are also called as verbs. Now let's see these verbs. Now I can't speak Chinese. What is the main verb here? So speak is the main verb and can't is a modal verb. It's showing my capacity. It's showing my power. Can I speak? No, I can't speak Chinese. So it is a modal verb. What is can't? Can't is a modal verb. Now see the next one. John may arrive late. Now arrive is what? Arrive, arrive. Arrive means coming. So it is a verb. Yes.
verb man.
Yes, very good. Yes, modal verb is may. So it is showing you possibility. John may come late. John can come late also. He can come on time also. So I'm showing the possibility. Yes.
Yes.
The next one. Would you like a cup of coffee? Coffee. What is the main verb first? Tell me what is the main verb.
Main verb.
Like is the main verb. Yes. Yes. It is a stative verb, means something which you cannot see. Like and would. Would means it's asking a question. Would you like a cup of coffee or would you like a cup of tea? So I'm giving you option. So this is also a modal verb. Now this all modals are there in your textbook also, and these modals are also there in scholarship also. So these modals are very important, very easy topic, and you have to, understand this. See the next one, you should see a doctor. What is the main verb?
Doctor or should.
No, doctor is a noun. What is the verb here? Yes.
See.
See. And what is a modal? What is a modal? Very good. I'm giving you advice. So this modal is giving me advice. You should see a doctor. So this is a modal verb. And see the last one. I really must go now. So what is the main verb here? The main verb is go. Very good. What is the modal? Must. I'm giving you a compulsion. You must. If you don't go, you can become sick. So that's why you must go to the doctor. Yes. So these are the modal verbs examples we have done. And let's go to the ending of the part, ending of the lesson. We are going to do evaluation. Let's check how much we know. Yes. See this one. You have to write the past form. What is the past form of give?
Given.
No. The past form is gave. Here, okay, do one thing. Put I. Whenever you are changing, see this is a shortcut. You can put I, he, she. Okay, whenever you are changing a verb in past tense, put the I. So can I say I given? No, I cannot say I given. You have to use I have given. So I gave. I here will become I heard.
I heard.
Yes, begin. I begin. No, I. What is the answer? Very good. Began. I beat. I beaten him. I have beaten him, right? I chose. Chose will become?
Chosen.
Choose.
Very good. Chose. 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 Deal. Deal will become? Dealt. Okay. Take a screenshot of this, children. If possible, I'll share the screenshot on your teachers group. You can see feed will become fed. Past tense of feed is fed. Swim is what? Swim. Remember, we have done this at the starting of the chapter. Swim past tense is swam. Yes. Keep past tense is
Keeping.
kept. No. ING. That is the ING form. Yes, that is not the past form. When meet will become
Meeting.
met. No ING form. No meeting. That is the participle form, my dear. Yes, met. So this is the answer. You can see the questions and you can write the answers. Yes. Now, this is a grammar quiz. Stative and active verbs. Options are given and you have to write down the answer. First question. Right now, my brother dash TV in the living room. Right now. Now you are talking about present tense. My brother is watching or watches. What is the answer?
Watching.
Is watching. Very good. So the next one. Second question. Ardis is in her room. She dash her homework. Ardis is in her room. And what she's doing? What she's doing? She is. What is the answer? She does or she is doing?
Does.
No.
Doing.
Yes, she is doing her homework. Yes, I am hungry. I'm very hungry. I dash to eat lunch at the cafeteria. So what is the option? I want, I am wanting. What is the answer?
Want.
Yes. Because I am wanting is wrong English. The right answer is I want. This is a stative verb, right? So the next slide. Dash, they dash the story about the space alien. So what is the option? Do they believe the story or are they believing the story? What is the answer? A or B? Are they believing? So, you will say, are they believing the story or do they believe the story?
Are.
This story.
Yes, do is the right answer, children. Believe does not have a believing form. This option is wrong. Right answer is A. See the fifth one, they worked hard and saved their money and now they dash their home. They are owning their home or they own their home? Yes, very good. The right answer is own their home because own is a stative verb. It will not have a ing form. So this is wrong. The next one, I was bored, so now I dash the dictionary. So now I am reading the dictionary or I read the dictionary.
I read.
No.
Read. I am reading.
Yes, B option. I am reading the dictionary because read is a what? Dynamic verb. It is an action verb. It can have a ing. So, you know, verb can have two forms. Action verb which has an ing form and the state verb which does not have a ing form. For example, my feelings. All these things cannot have a ing form. I cannot say hating. I cannot say doubting. So these are wrong English, right? See the next one. My sister lives in New York. She dash New York a lot.
Like.
She likes or she is liking.
She likes New York a
Like.
lot.
Yes. First option. Very good, children. You have answered so nicely. So I is liking is a wrong answer. Now the last part we are going to the homework. So very easy homework I have given children. So you have to action verb to complete the sentence. So you can do this at your home, right? So I can dash well. I can eat well, cook well. See, cooks well, walk well, read well. You can choose anything, what you want. You can say I can read well, or you can also say I can write well. So one question can have two to answer. So children, you can take a screenshot of this and do this at your home. So your grammar will be, yes?
This I take care.
Very good. See the next one. This is also very nice. See what is the question? Fill in the blanks using correct modals from the bracket. There are modals are given. See, in the bracket, modals are given. You have to choose a correct modal. Let's solve only number 1. Dash, can you give me your red ribbon? Can you give me your red ribbon? Or may you give your red ribbon? What do you say?
Can.
Yeah, very good. The right answer is, can you give me your red ribbon? It is asking for permission. Yes. So these are models with special verb. Please take a screenshot of this, children.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Children, today we have covered very interesting topic. I hope that it will be useful for your future studies. So it's a thank you and best wishes from my side. Bye bye everybody. Take care, study well, and take care of your family too. Yes. Bye children.
Bye, ma'am.